Welcome to episode 100, each and every one of you. I am so excited to bring this episode to you. Thank you so much for getting this far and being with us for all of the story that we've done so far. So we have a special treat for you tonight. So I want you to sit back and relax and enjoy the next 3 parts as we dive into episode 100 here. Now, got to set the stage a little bit. So, as I said, lean back, take a sip of your drink. Well, not if you're driving to work, but if you're listening along with us right now, here's to you, and let's get into it. So, for tonight's session, I want to take us into the Shadow Plane, where we'll focus on a new cast of characters, at the center of which are twin Kayals, Teneval and Trelax Adar. Kayals descended from humans who became trapped in the Shadow Plane millennia ago, where in the realm of darkness they evolved into a unique species altogether. Teneval and Trelax were born and raised in a Kayal enclave in Kuvakara on Shadow Verses, led by a governess named Vela, a pragmatic Kayal known to do anything necessary for the survival of her community. About a year ago, there was a rift that divided the Kayals of Shadow Verses and thrust them into an increasingly hostile standoff due to the interference of Eclipse Innovations offering power and technology to the Kayals. Vela did not trust Eclipse Innovations and told Eclipse Innovations that they could keep their promises, that the Kayals had not needed them before and would not need them now. Unfortunately, some dissenters in the Enclave acted swiftly in a cabal against Vela, greedily accepting the newfound power and promises from a new Shadow Queen. This forced Vela and those loyal to her, including the twins, into an extreme defense. They formed a resistance against the aptly named Eclipsed, beginning with shoring up the defenses of the Enclave's stronghold in Kuvakara. 3 months after the split in the Enclave, Teneval held council with Vela to present a bold new plan. Teneval and her brother would go to Shadow Skydock and join the worshippers of Zon-Kuthon in control there, who were known for their diplomacy, but also having a deep connection to the Midnight Lord. Teneval hoped that Father Gloom, the congregation's leader, would join them against the Eclipse and oust this pretender, the mysterious Shadow Queen. Their uncle, Maladus Emev, who was from another enclave of Verses, was already working there as a mechanic, so perhaps he could help them gain favor with the Kuthites. To their surprise, the twins were graciously accepted among the Kuthites. For Teneval, it felt so right that she became a disciple of Zon-Kuthon herself. They were assigned a salvage ship by one of Father Gloom's top acolytes, a Kayal named Hirambor. Hirambor was in charge of converting a type of malleable energy known as shadow stuff into starships, the main commodity that secured Father Gloom's hold over Shadow Verses. Hirambor discovered a way to convert excess shadow energy into tangible material by salvaging it from the runoff that seemed to occur where the space between planes was thin. While the Skydock had a significant amount of this excess shadow stuff, it was not enough to sustain their needs, so the twins began working as a part of a salvage crew to find other thinnies across the Shadow Plane and harvest this energy. Although they found satisfying work here, Trelax had not forgotten the reason they came to Shadow Skydock in the first place, to obtain the Kuthites' aid in their fight against the Eclipsed. But every time Trelax mentioned something to Teneval, she brushed him off, saying that they needed to commit further to the ways of Zon-Kuthon before asking this congregation to put their lives on the line for them. During her time among the Kuthites, Teneval began having intense dreams. In these dreams, there was always a woman leading the Kuthites against the Eclipse, the true herald of Zon-Kuthon, destined to become a goddess herself. Teneval had only told her brother about these dreams, hesitant to fully trust her uncle. At first, Trelax convinced her that these were only manifestations of her newfound devotion to Zon-Kuthon, that she was seeing herself in her dreams of grandeur. Yet, a couple weeks ago, the dream changed. Zon-Kuthon himself spoke to Teneval and Trelax, the only time he had shared a dream with his twin sister, and the message was clear. Zon-Kuthon had chosen them to seek out this herald and make sure that she came to the path of the Velstrak. The somber mission delivered to both, Zon-Kuthon disappeared, leaving them stunned. They had no idea who this herald was, how to find her, or where to start. All they had were the pieces of Teneval's dreams, so they reached out to a dream prophet named Mordrin Dovi that lived in Shadow Verses. The dream prophet was reluctant at first, but after mind-linking with Teneval, he immediately agreed to aid. They spent 2 days with the dream prophet undergoing intense dream therapy prodding until finally Mordrin had a breakthrough. A vision of a remote asteroid research station that had just appeared in the Shadow Plane. Though he didn't know what, Mordrin was convinced that the station held the key to turning Teneval's dreams into communications with the Herald. While truthfully, Mordrin had little concern about Zon-Kuthon and this Herald, or the plight of the Kayals. The opportunity to fully research dreams at this level was too tempting of a treasure to ignore. This lab also happened to have a pretty large pocket of shadow stuff, so, acting as if this were any other salvage mission, save for their Uncle Maladus insisting that he and his Gloombot accompany them for safety, they loaded up their starship on a trip towards destiny. So please enjoy episode 100, What Dreams They Come. All right, well, we're here, episode 100. It's happening. I've only thrown up 6 times today, so I consider that an achievement.
Yeah, that's
rookie
a win.
numbers, dude. You got to pump those numbers up.
Did you drink some fluids at least? I mean,
I am drinking whiskey
Oh,
today.
Oh,
but
that's
just a
sweet.
light amount, yeah.
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
I forgot before we hit record. That's fine.
Oh,
Well, Josh, go make your drink. I'll talk to everybody else, and you can come back and we'll do a toast.
can I tell you what I'm drinking?
No, we're not going to do that. I mean, but you can tell me.
Oh, okay. Well, then I cool. So this is a Southern Prohibition. This is Berserker Mode. It's a Baltic porter with coffee and cocoa nibs. I'm sorry.
That one is really good. I must encourage all of you to pace yourselves as we have quite a long episode.
Says the bold drinking whiskey GM.
Not in a bowl. Kind of a bowl, maybe.
It's a bowl. It's just a high bowl. That's what that is.
But it's only half a shot of whiskey in
Aren't
there.
all cups really just high bowls?
Just
Right.
tall
That's
ass
what
bowls.
I've been trying to say this whole time. That's what,
living the
what I've
high
been
bowl
getting at.
life.
Yep.
On today's gripping episode of the Hundalorian, high balls.
High bowls. Yeah, I mean, guys, we've been preparing for this for a few weeks. Some of you, for me, a few months. I'm excited to get into it. I just want to say thank you to each of you for being part of this journey. It's been amazing, and I did not think that when we started this, that this was what was episode 100 was going to look like. But, you know, that's life after COVID, I guess. I've had a lot of extra time on my hands to come up with some crazy shit. So
Life
so
during
here we
plague
are.
times, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I see what you did there, Zach. Well, how are you guys doing? I'm just going to stall.
Well, I'm currently mixing a drink, so I'm great.
What did you end up getting there?
Bullet and Coke.
Bullet and Coke. I love me some Bullet.
Yep. I brought the whole bottle with me, so
All right, Josh.
He said
we'll
pace
see
yourself.
you, my guy.
I will, maybe.
Maybe.
Look, we do have a lot to cover, so I mean, honestly, I'm just ready to get into it. What about y'all?
Let's go.
We're waiting on you,
chicken.
man. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I've got
What
an
you thought was
appointment.
going
I've got to
on.
go do something.
I've got Cyberpunk to go play.
I was
so,
going to say the same thing. I'm just going to get out of here and play some Cyberpunk.
Well, that's what episode 100 is. It's actually a pivot to us podcasting our various cyberpunk experiences. Now, we're not doing a visual stream of it.
All
We're
Oh,
just
I
gonna
thought you
do
meant like we
audio.
were going to start using the Cyberpunk 2020 system. I was like,
right.
oh,
I was thinking
okay.
we were going to do like Cyberpunk Red or something. That'd be cool sometime.
No, we're going to
Sorry
do
to
a
disappoint you.
podcast about playing video games.
Yeah. We're going to listen to each other
How
play
absurd
video.
would that be? Doing a podcast about playing games.
I know, silly.
It'll
I
never
pity
make
anybody
it.
who tries to do that project. Well, let's get going. Episode 100, Part 1. Here we go. The scene opens in a cabin aboard a starship. You see 3 figures in the room, a gray-skinned female lying prone on her bunk, while 2 other gray-skinned men watch over her. One of the men watches with worry in his yellow eyes, while the other, a bald mustachioed man, sits with a hand gently resting on the woman's forehead. The beautiful woman stirs but does not awaken, and the bald man pulls his hand away in frustration. He stands as his dark blue robes cascade down his figure, and he turns to the other man in the room. We can see now that the woman on the bed and the man with the white long hair and yellow eyes are undoubtedly twins. Stark beauty mirrored in each other's visages. The brother turns to the dream prophet with concern and anger and says,
What? What is it, Prophet? You are supposed to be able to help us make sense of this.
I am trying, but dreams, they're like ripples in a river. You can see them until you try to hold them.
I tire of your riddles, old man. Remind me again why we are paying you when it seems all you have done is fill my sister's head with delusions and false hopes.
You have such little faith, Trelax. I suppose there is no surprise there, a man of your stifled comprehension.
Trelax raises his armored fist as his moat begins to crackle, but then, seeming to calm himself, he scoffs and exits the cabin. The dream prophet smirks as Trelax leaves and turns back to the Kyle woman, still asleep, muttering the same words she always did.
I must find her. Must find her.
The Svartalfar prophet shakes his head and makes a few notes on his datapad and turns to look through one of his dream interpretation books when the Kyle finally awakes and says,
Mordrin, did you see anything? Where is Trelax?
He went to exorcise his demons, Tinaval. He's fine. He contracted a headache from trying to think too hard, I believe.
Brother Mordrin, you should really cease your teasing of Trelax. He cares deeply, and I fear he may one day wrap that shadowy blade chain of his around your neck and bury a point in your brain. And we can't have that, can we? At least, not until you've helped us find the Herald.
Mordrin's smirk quickly disappears from his face. His poor attempts at wit usually found him in trouble in social situations, and he knew that these siblings would lead him to his greatest discovery. He didn't know how they would, and that frustrated him as much as it did them, but he couldn't let on that they knew nearly as much as he did when it came to these prophetic night visions.
Just wait, my dear. When we arrive at this asteroid, you will see that my guidance has much value. I assure you that there is something there that will guide us to the next stage of your dream journey.
Yes, but what are we even looking for, Mordrin?
Mordrin opens his mouth to respond, but at that moment, a voice sounds over the ship intercoms.
Hey, kiddos. We got a ping on something approaching fast from behind us. May want to come up here and check it out. Should be arriving on our full scanner range in about 10 minutes. The Gloombot is already at his station, but he's kind of creeping me out. He looks ready to pull the trigger on this pea shooter.
Tinaval, Mordrin, welcome to episode 100. Emily, would you like to tell us a little bit about what Tinaval looks like?
Sure. So you, as you said, she is a Kyle, and so she has very kind of slate grayish, whitish skin, and glowing yellow eyes. She and her brother both have sort of stark white hair, but she, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, Zach, but she has scars, whereas her brother does not. All along her face and arms and pretty much every area of skin that is visible. There's kind of ritualistic looking scarification that's taking place. She's a pretty barb kind of. She's a little prickly, I guess you could say, visually.
Okay, what about Mordrin? Tell us a little bit about Mordrin, Heath.
Yeah, Mordrin is what's called a Svartalfar, which it's kind of like a drow. Pretty similar appearance-wise to a drow. He's bald. He is mustachioed, but he also has the like goatee for extra sinister points. He wears like flowing, like midnight blue and purplish tinged robes. Very, very, mystical looking fella. Like almost pitch black eyes.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's something to behold.
So the two of you heard this announcement from Teneval. That's your uncle that just sounded out over the intercoms. What do y'all do, the two of you?
Well, how are you feeling, Teneval? You all right?
I'm fine. Just a little disappointed, I suppose. I feel like we are very close, but it is not close enough. That's...
I know this frustration all too well in my line of work, but you must keep the faith and remember that the realms of dream and the plane of shadow are inextricably linked. We will find what we're searching for.
She kind of like would grin a little lopsided up at you as she sort of scoots off the cot. And, let us go see what my uncle is on about.
Oh yes, lead the way.
She'd head out.
Yeah, so the two of you make your way towards the bridge. Trelax, I imagine that when you heard that over the intercoms, you probably also made your way towards the bridge.
Yeah.
All right, so the two of you, Teneval and Mordrin, you walk into the bridge and you see three people here. You see Trelax, which is the twin of Teneval, and you see your uncle. Zach, first tell me what Trelax looks like.
Trelax is also a Kyle, much like his sister. He has gray skin, glowing yellow eyes, and long, straight, stark white hair that goes down midway down his back. He wears like a tight-fitting D suit, like a space suit. It's like all black with metallic, gauntleted arms and boots.
Nice. Next to Trelax is a man by the name of Maladus. Is that correct, John?
Yes.
What does Maladus look like?
So, Maladus is obviously a Kyle as well, being Teneval and Trelax's uncle. He has all the same characteristics of grayish, ashen skin. He's got white hair and golden, luminescent eyes. He looks worn, a little haggardly. Like he's approaching old age, but but he's not quite there yet. He's still got energy. He's just like older dad phase, so to speak. But he wants to protect his nephew and niece. His armor, it looks secondhand. He looks kind of like he's a little out of place. I mean, he's much more a person who's fixed ships, but not a lot of like soldiering days.
Well, speaking of soldier, there is an intimidating looking figure next to you in the shape of an SRO. Is that correct, Josh?
Yes, it's a sentient robotic organism.
Okay, well, tell me a little bit about your sentient robotic organism.
Okay, so he's not like an android in the sense that he's doesn't really have the fleshy bits. He's just a robot that has an AI that I guess drew a soul to it because it was that lifelike. So it's a living organism, but all machine. And he is kind of kind of an imposing figure in that he lives up to his name of Gloombot.
Loombot.
Yeah, he's kind of a tin color with a patina in between the joints, and has most of himself wrapped in like dark cloth and dark leather strips and strap like pieces. He's hooded, but the hood is adorned with spikes from something that he probably has killed. Same thing with his boots, his left arm. He's pretty decked out, and has a single glowing red eye coming out from underneath the hood.
Well, very interesting. So these are all of our characters here. I will say that to get our timeline straight, that this is happening about 6 months ago. And as Maldus reported over the intercom, there's something approaching your ship from behind. You're not far from your destination. This ship that you're on is a scavenging or salvage ship. Maldus, you are kind of the most probably experienced with this type of mission, though having this many people aboard is new. And why don't you tell us a little bit about what it is that you do?
So Malladus is actually he pretty much makes sure that the ship is in ship shape. He's decided to go on this mission in a way to make sure that his nephew and niece are at least protected. He wants to make sure that he wasn't just sitting by when they went out and took a risk. That he didn't want them. He didn't want to not be there while they took a risk and coming out here.
All right, and so we'll maybe get to that in a little bit, but let's deal with what's going on right now, as that there is something approaching on the radar.
Yeah, so right now he's looking at the terminals. He's checking the radar right now, and he I think what he would want to do is kind of look to the group and just decide whether or not, or if we're going to open hails, or if we are going to try to either outrun them or maybe hide.
Didn't you say there were weapons on here?
So this ship, as I said, its main function is to salvage shadow stuff. It's a salvage ship. It does have a gyro laser and a light torpedo launcher in its forward arc.
So yeah, Gloombot is sitting there like finger twitching, like just kind of vibrating on the trigger, and just a little bit of shudder as he's clearly looking forward to this, hoping that he gets that they let him pull the trigger.
Does somebody want to try to run a scan as they get close enough to your sensor?
Tell you what, I will.
All right, let's get that computers.
Okay, that's going to be a 17.
Okay, 17. You can tell that whatever's approaching, there's multiples. There's like at least 4 approaching your rear. And that they're all tiny craft, whatever they are. They're very small and they're moving very fast, and that there doesn't seem to be any life on board. Somebody can roll an engineering check.
Not Tina.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Tritlax
I
either.
can
I don't
do
even
that
have
too.
engineering.
I mean, I can. I've only got a +6 too, though.
Better than a 2.
Aid.
Yeah, let me roll to aid.
Yeah, go ahead and aid.
Yeah, that's gonna be a 25 to aid. So
There you go.
Okay, beautiful. Okay. All right, and that is 16. So that's going to be +2. That's going to be an 18.
Yeah, I mean, Gloombot probably says something to you about that. It seems strange that starships of this size being out here this far, kind of out in space, like they shouldn't be able to travel that far alone. So there might be something more. But then, like, as you're having this conversation, all your defense alarms go up. It's like, wah, 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 and the ship lights up with red, like, warning signs and alarms. And I'm going to take you to a little starship map.
Oh, shit.
4 small little, like, drone-like starships appear behind you. And they're just zooming towards you. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of starship combat to start this out. I mean, here we go. You have 4...
As is tradition.
As is
As
tradition.
is tradition.
So what I want you to do is start with our engineering phase. John, does Maladus want to do anything?
Okay, yes. So Maladus is gonna mess with the terminal, and he's gonna go ahead and divert auxiliary power to one of the starship systems.
Which one?
So I want to go ahead and give it to Gloombot, just because he looks like
That's
he
not
is.
how this works. So you give it to... like, if you're giving it to a system, what system are you giving it to?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Then I'm going to go ahead and boost engines.
Engines.
Yes.
All right. So that means that's going to be a speed boost for our pilot.
That's
Let's
right.
go ahead and get into the pilot initiative. Go ahead.
Yeah, I, as the magic officer, Mordrin acts in the engineering phase as well. And he will attempt precognition to give the pilot a +2 on their piloting check. What is our ship's tier?
Is a tier 3 ship.
Okay, so 1.5 times the tier ship +10 is my DC.
So 14. Is that right? Yeah, 14.
It's tight. All right.
All right, so you succeed on that, so that's going to give you even more boost there, pilot, on your helm phase. So let's get those piloting initiative checks.
So what all bonuses am I getting on the helm phase
So you get
initiative roll?
You get a +2 to your roll, and then you're going to get 2 extra hexes of movement.
Okay. All right. So helm phase initiative. That's a natural 1.
Oh no!
Starting it off strong. That's it's a 15 plus whatever bonuses.
+2.
17.
it's all good, Zach. Just get them out of the way, man.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then that means that these drones are going to go second, and so you can go first.
Yeah. So as Trilliax is taking a seat at the pilot's chair, he's just
Can Captain act?
Sure can.
She would see that Trellix is kind of not ahead in the game or whatever.
This is a salvage ship. It is not for fighting.
We'll see if you can salvage this situation. And she will demand him. Okay, an 18 on the die plus a 19.
Yeah, that's going to get it.
Okay.
We don't even have to do the math. That
Yay,
guarantee that
thank
gets
God.
it. So that's going to give him, what, a +4 boost? Mm-hmm. Nice. So
To this
this will be
roll?
to this piloting check, whatever
So,
stunt
yeah,
you wanna
Trelax
do.
will attempt an evasive maneuver.
Okay.
Okay, that's a... For base rolls, it's a 27.
All right.
Which, without even any of the bonuses, I'm pretty sure that gets it.
It does. This is a slow ship, so with your bonus, you're going to actually get to go 8 hexes. So it normally moves 6. But you'll get to go 8 because of the boost, and you're obviously successful in your evade, which is going to give you a boost to your...
AC and TL.
That's it. All right, so you can move 8 hexes in whatever direction.
We
you
only
want.
have weapons in the forward arc. What's the range on those weapons?
The torpedo is medium, and the gyro lasers is short.
Now, that gyro laser can shoot port and starboard as well, though.
So, yeah, Trelax will just gun it and just try to run as far as he can.
Hopefully we can get out of range.
He says,
Trelax, where are you going?
As far from here as possible, D.
I want to shoot
And so,
them.
how far can I go with the boost?
8 hexes.
All right, 8 hexes it is. Straight forward, space north.
Okay.
A commendable action, Mr. Trelax.
A detestable one.
You're more than welcome to pilot this yourself.
I might just go outside and shoot at them from the surface of the ship. I don't like this.
This fucking guy.
So these guys have 16 hexes of movement, perfect maneuverability.
Oh my god.
And they're all going to fly in directly behind you.
Fucking
And
tiny ships.
Yeah, and actually attempt to bore into your rear as we go to the gunnery phase. Now,
Buy us a dinner first. Damn.
For real?
I don't consent to this.
So you guys can't take a shot, correct?
A gyro laser should be able to shoot either the
No,
port or the
not-
starboard ones.
Oh, I guess there's 2 that are technically in your port. One's in your port and one's in your starboard, so you can get shots off on those.
At a -2.
At a -2,
Yeah.
yep. Because
At least I get to shoot something. It's a 12 on the die. Plus what, piloting?
yes. So plus 8.
All right, so that'd be an 18 after that -2 from shooting to the side with a gyro laser.
That is a hit.
And that is what, 1d8, I believe? Mm-hmm. So that is 2 damage.
Crushed
You
it.
got,
Rude.
you got it.
Rude.
So they actually ram into the back of your ship. And each of them are going to just smash into your hull, doing 3d10 damage each.
Holy crap.
Whoa.
Yeah.
These are
Okay.
tiny ships.
All
And
right,
they-
well, this mission's over before it ever started.
I mean,
So
basically.
that's okay. The first one will hit, the second one misses, and the third one hits. The fourth one can't really get where it wants to, so it's not going to be able to do it. So that's 20 from the first one and 12 from the second one. So that's 32 total damage to your aft.
Let me do some math real quick. Okay, so we had 17 shields, so 32 minus 17. Be 15 damage makes it through to the hull.
Which is going to do a critical,
Yeah.
which is going to be a critical, and that's going to be on your engines.
We are dead.
We're not doing well, guys.
I'm serious. This is over with before it started.
I blame you, Mr. Trelax. Just remember that.
I take no responsibility. This, again, is not a combat ship. We are on a salvage mission.
All right. And so, however, good news is the two that hit you destroyed themselves in that attack.
Oh, good.
So they just kamikazed themselves right into the back of your ship. But there are still two remaining.
Mordred turns to Gloombot. Good shooting, Mr. Gloombot.
Thank you.
And we're back to the top here in the engineering phase.
So Malladus at this point is just fretting over the ship. He's just like, "Oh God, this is terrible. We need to get out of here. This is barely shipworthy." And he's going to, as a mechanic or as a engineer, he's going to say, "Okay, we need to hold it together," and he's going to try to hold the system together by patching and modifying. So this is going to be an engineering check.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to repair the critical damage, or rather the, what's it called? The critical condition.
Yep.
24.
24 is a success.
Fantastic. And yeah, so that should take it from what condition is it currently in? This
Is that
system
glitching?
Yeah, I want to go ahead and repair that to working order.
All right, and Mordred puts his hands to his temples and closes his eyes and tries to divine the future actions of these ships with another precognition to give, and like tries to impart that energy onto Trelax.
Okay.
And that is definitely a success. I can almost not fail this.
Okay. All right. So to the helm phase.
Okay.
Captain, she's going to look at Trelix and just say, you did well earlier. Keep it up. 12 on the die. That's going to be 24.
Success.
Okay.
So that's a +2 bonus.
Mm-hmm.
To the helm phase initiative.
Well,
It's your choice, Emily. Which one you want to...
he got the initiative. Mordred gave him that, so this will go to the overall piloting
To the
check.
stunt.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
stunt. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so it's a +2 to both your piloting rolls. Let's start with your helm phase initiative.
With my current bonuses, I rolled an 18. What are the additional bonuses?
+2. So 20.
So 20.
Yeah. All right, I beat you. So you move first.
Okay. Trelax is just going to continue to try to evade. He's just going to keep running.
You have a
I
+2 on this as well.
Okay, great.
Do we have any computers on this ship?
What is a computer?
What
even?
is a computer?
You got a Gloombot.
25 total for the evasive maneuver.
That is a success. So that boosts your AC.
Okay.
And then you can move. You can only move 6 hexes this time because you're
Right.
not boosted. Yep.
Yeah, so Trelax just keeps moving.
I do not think that we can outrun them.
And so the two move up right behind you. And we're going to move to the gunnery phase now. There is one on your, I guess, was that the port side?
Mm-hmm. So I'll, Gloombot's going to shoot at it. I don't think I got it with a 13 to hit.
That is not going to hit as your shot goes wide. And their shots, we have a hit and a natural 20.
Why are they so small?
That's what she said.
Oh, man.
I like it. Thanks.
All right,
I've looked into the future, and that is, in fact, what she said.
that's going to be 25 damage on the first one and 22 damage on the second one. So that's a total of 47 damage. You're going to go ahead and automatically take a critical hit to the engine because of the crit hit. So that's going to bring it back down to glitching, and then that's probably going to burn through.
Hang on, you said 47 damage to the aft?
Well, no, I'm sorry. The half of that's to your port.
Okay.
25 to the port.
All right, so that's 8 damage to the hull from that.
And then 22 to the aft.
That puts us at negative HP, dude.
Rips a hole in the engine compartment, engine bay of your ship. But they both explode when they do this, leaving you just kind of drifting now in space. Now you can, you have enough momentum to move towards your target, but your ship is in bad shape. Your engine is destroyed. But the drones are gone. Not a good situation here for you guys right off the bat, as you are now drifting towards the asteroid that is your destination. You're getting all sorts of alarm systems on your readouts saying that, your engine's destroyed. It's sealed off that bay, pressurized it so the rest of the ship, your life support systems and everything else are still okay, but all your propulsion is fucked. And so you're really only operating on backup thrusters, just little air jets that can, slows you way down. You have enough control to probably land on the asteroid, but what you're going to do from there, you don't really know.
Well, it would appear that we are fucked, as they say.
It's all a part of the plan.
You say fucked. I'm enjoying this.
Well, at least one of us is.
Okay, relax. Look, let me go ahead and look at the systems here, and we'll get a better idea on our current state. So, give me a minute.
Uncle, I appreciate your optimism. However, this situation is quite dire.
You don't have to tell me that. I know the systems better than you do. You just need to calm down and just look over your sister. And he's just going to go ahead and walk out and start looking over. He's going to turn off these systems, the alerts, and he's going to start trying to repair.
There is a giant hole in the hull of the ship.
And he's just muttering to himself as he leaves.
Trillax puts on his helmet and activates his environmental protections because, there's a giant hole in the fucking ship.
I mean, we've still got life support running.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we still have life support systems.
So when the hole ruptured, it all the airlocks to the engine room sealed and pressurized the rest of the ship. But
And our power core is fine too, right? So we can just drift like this for as long as we have food, or as long as the rest of the party has food. Gloombot would be fine.
Well, that, and as I said, the asteroid is starting to come into your field of vision. It might be difficult to try to get into the engine room right this second, John, just because you are still floating in space. I think the focus here for the party would be to try to land the ship and get it stabilized, because it just took a huge beating. I want everybody who can to roll either a computers or an engineering, whichever you're better at.
All right.
Okay.
LOL, neither.
That's a bad roll. Got a 9 on engineering.
I got an 11. Yeah. On computers.
I got a 26 on engineering.
All right, so on the engineering, after experiencing this, that these had to have been like a drone attack from a larger ship somewhere behind you. You're not getting any kind of readings on any scans you do, but not only is your ship fucked, but there's something else out there who did a specifically targeted attack, it seems, on your engines. Like, these things seemed determined to bore into the ship to get to the engine room. As you get closer to the asteroid, I need a piloting check from Trelax, I guess, to try to land this thing
Sure.
using backup systems here,
24.
24. All right. So it's kind of a bumpy landing, you just have these like little psh, 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 like just trying to get it just right, and the thing lands, but you're able to land it without doing any more significant damage to the hull of the ship. And that puts you guys on a new map.
Ooh.
You land on this asteroid, and you see that there's a large building facility, and it's surrounded by a bunch of communications dishes and satellite dishes. It looks as if it feels eerily abandoned almost. There's no activity, there's no flashing lights, like there's no power anywhere. It's just this facility.
All right, look, we're fine. We're a little bit fucked, but we did make it here. This is what we were trying to do. So everyone be careful. Look out for each other, because it would be a shame to get through that kerfuffle and then, fall into a pit and break your leg or something like that. So, but yeah, we're here, and all of my intuitions and study into the nature of Miss Teneval's dreams strongly tell me that we will find something here to continue our journey.
What will we find?
So, I'm a dream prophet. We kind of operate on vagaries.
It's kind of our bit.
Oh.
And yeah, with that, you're on this dark gray asteroid with all these communication towers and satellites covered in dust. And so, John, you said old Unky Malladus is going to try to repair the ship?
Old Unky Mally, yeah. Yeah, that's
All right,
what
so
it's
you're gonna
Hate it. I hate it.
You're gonna stay behind and try to do what you can to patch together the ship, huh?
Yes.
All right. Well, that leaves the four of y'all then. That's Trelax, Mordrin, Gloombot 13, and Teneval. And you see that there is a main entrance kind of directly in front of you, right here, that seems to enter into this facility.
All right, well, Trelax will take point. He'll just march up and just kind of like muttering curses underneath his breath to himself as he does, feeling a little disheartened about the mission.
All right, so on the door, you see the words etched, Eclipse Innovations, which makes probably the hair on Trelax's and Teneval's neck stand up. And under that, you see Drift Technology Research.
Eclipse Innovation, Tenna. Do you see this?
Yes, I see it very well. If nothing else, well, I suppose your prophecy was correct in some ways. And she would kind of look over her shoulder to Mordrin. And as she kind of does that, she would whip out a long barbed chain and slash it across the face of the sign and mar the Eclipse Innovations.
Yeah, I mean, you do that, and it just like slashes right across the inscription, and actually the little panel or the plaque clatters to the ground at your feet. A little dust cloud as it hits the ground.
Roll for initiative.
Right. As I said that, I was like, shit, I'm going to make a lot of noise. Oh, well.
Well, Trelax gets ready to open the door, but before he does, he seizes his solar mote, and it forms into also a chain, but it is a dark bluish shadowy energy chain with a small hand scythe, like a kurisagama. And he wraps that chain around his hand and holds the the scythe portion in his hand as he tries to force the door.
All right, so the door does not open as it should normally, because there's no power here. Although you can roll a strength check or an athletics check to try to force open the door.
Yeah, Trelax will bear down on the door, forcing it open just with brute force.
Let's get that roll.
Athletics, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a 19 on the die for a 35.
35, yeah. You are able to just slide the door open, and it reveals a room that's clearly like an airlock into the lab proper. It's empty save for moth-ridden environmental protection suits. There are only 2 suits hanging up. It's odd considering the size of this station. You find that strange that there's only 2 suits here. All right, and so, but yeah, you're able to go in. Obviously, you guys are all, those of you that need it, are wearing your environmental protection suits, with your helmets and everything. So the airlock system obviously isn't working, but you can assess that this is what it is, and you can kind of move into the facility itself.
Okay.
What's the lighting situation?
It's dark.
Okay.
It's completely dark, yeah.
Completely dark. So, I mean, the Kyals have dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
All of you have dark vision.
Yeah.
Oh.
We all have gray skin and we all have dark vision.
I don't have gray skin. I have metal
You have gray metal.
with a nice copper patina. Thanks.
Yeah, so Trelax sees what appears to be a bombed out and depleted looking room, man.
So it's not necessarily bombed out, but it's certainly covered in cobwebs and dust and looks empty. And you can see that the little airlock hallway opens up into the main reception area, which is this kind of hexagon-shaped room. And, you can move in there pretty easily. And it looks like this was once a reception hub. Now only a lifeless android sits at the desk, cobwebs and grime coating them in a frozen and eerie greeting. A door to the north reads testing chamber, a door to the west reads receiving bay, and a door to the east reads to labs and domiciles. Yeah, so that's what you see in here. There's just this android that's sitting at the desk, just lifeless and seems to be frozen in eternity.
Okay.
Trelax will just approach the android with his kusarigama in his hand raised, and he'll get up to him and with his free hand just push the android and kind of rear back a little bit
It
just
just
in
falls
case.
over, just in a clatter. And it just falls over.
Clear.
So, is there a computer anywhere, like a terminal or anything like that?
There is a terminal. It does not have any power.
Gotcha. Teneval would look at the terminal and see that it's pretty dead, and she would look down at the android. And you tell me if this is a no-go or not. She would want to cast grave words on the android.
Let's give it a shot there. So you just have to touch them, right? And
yeah.
There's nothing really. So I got to roll this percentile dice to see if they give you anything useful. Let's see. Okay. So when you touch them, it's like they're on the ground now, and just this voice utters out from them. Welcome to Eclipse Innovation Drift Research Lab. Do you have an appointment?
Useless. Useless machine.
So with grave words, you can't actually communicate with the
That's
creature.
just the words that come
Yeah.
out of its mouth. Yeah.
That's just what it says. And Tenna would just she would have crouched by it to touch it. She would stand up and dust off her knees and look over at Trelix and say, Well, it was worth a shot. Let's
I
press
suppose,
onward.
dear sister. Yes, let's press onward.
So, we need to make an appointment.
Doubtful.
We are already walk-ins, my good man.
Yes.
Okay.
So you have 3 exits out of this room. As I said, there's one that's labeled testing chamber, there's one that's labeled receiving bay, and there's one that's labeled 2 labs and domiciles.
Let's check the receiving bay first, maybe, just to kind of see. Yeah. Does the door like automatically open, or
No,
no? We've got there's no power.
Right. But this door, so the receiving bay is this way over here to the west.
Okay.
And this one is a little bit easier to open, as it's just a regular door. You know, you can just move it on its track. It does, you know, I'll just kind of hand wave the roll there. So you can move into that particular hallway, and there's this L hallway that kind of snakes around and connects to another door around the bend.
Yeah, Trillex makes his way down the hall and opens the door.
So we got Trelix, and we got Teneval, and we got Gloombot, and then I guess Mordrin bringing up the rear. This door opens into a warehouse that was attached to the lab, and this was used to receive supplies and technology for testing. You can see 4 androids frozen in place in various states of work. 2 are lifting a box to a shelf, one is seated in a forklift, and the other stands watching this statue of a workday with a clipboard and data pen. I need everybody to roll a
Perception check.
mysticism.
Oh, I got you.
Ooh,
I don't.
can do.
I have mysticism, actually. It's a 17.
Total? Not great.
Yeah.
How about a natural 20 plus 15?
Wow.
There
That
you
is
go.
very great. So that's 35. What'd you get, Mordrin?
Let's see, that's a 13 on the die plus 18.
All right, that's not bad either, 31. But actually, only Teneval spots that on some of these androids, there is like what looks to be dark tumorous growths on these androids, and you recognize this as void boils. This is a common hazard in this profession of finding shadow stuff, and so you're going to want to probably you know that you can try to disable them and send them back to the negative energy plane from which they come, or you can just avoid them, though you got to keep a 40-foot distance.
So as soon as she gets that, she would step back and say, Trelix, everybody, step back. It's void boils.
Ah, curses.
Void boils.
I can't.
What does that even mean?
What the GM just said.
Download it straight into your hard
Straight.
drive.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how do you go about trying to get rid of them?
It would be mysticism checks.
Stupid
Yeah, I mean-
androids.
Seeing the void boils, I mean, you said we're all familiar with this, right?
You and Teneval, certainly.
Right. So, being the resident mystic, like he sees this, and Mordrin's like, let's see if we can get rid of this risk. I mean, even being near these is a danger to the party.
And just straight mysticism checks.
Androids, fleshy bits. Why?
I rolled a 32 on my mysticism.
That's
Okay, you are able to successfully shunt it back to the negative energy plane. You know that these things have a tendency to pop back in after a while. It's almost like playing whack-a-mole. So you have
Whack-a-ball.
There's potential for it to pop back up.
Right, and knowing that, like, Mordrin, for the rest of the time we're here, will be, like, looking out for it, you know, trying to see if he notices any more, and then immediately try to banish it back to from whence it came.
But also kind of moving with a quickness, right? Because they could come back.
They could come back.
Right, yeah.
Once you get rid of the void boil, you're able to see that there is a pocket of shadow energy here, which you can harvest with a mysticism check. It can be aided by mysticism or survival.
I would like to aid.
Okay.
I will attempt to aid with survival.
I will aid with well, it's only 2, right?
No, anybody can.
Okay. That's an aid.
Okay.
It's a 13 on survival, so
Aid.
I mean, auto aid.
Auto aid for. So that's 3 aids for Mordrin. So it's going to be a +6 on top of your roll.
Okay, so then total, that will be a 42.
Jesus.
You are able to harvest 1 pocket of shadow stuff here.
What does that entail? Like,
So, like, you know,
We have
it's
Ghostbusters backpacks.
basically you have like
I love it. I'm here for it.
you have these vacuums that suck it up. And,
So Mordrin's like standing there with his void
Dyson.
backpack, and everybody else is like, "Go on, do it, go."
Don't
Doing
cross the
great.
streams.
different spots.
Yeah.
Don't cross the streams.
Yeah, don't cross the streams. You are able to see that there is some loot here. There's 5,000 UPBs in materials here,
Suck
And
that
a-
up in the vacuum too.
and a D-suit 3.
That's what I'm wearing, I think.
But let's move on. Let's keep it rolling. So there is another exit up here to the northeast, and it marks testing chamber across like a large garage.
Okay. Trelax opens the door.
Yes,
so this
ever
one's-
onward.
This one's going to be a little bit more difficult to open because it is a garage. So I am going to need that.
Trelax just bears, I'm telling you, like, just brutally slams it open.
Well, let's get an athletics.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see. Let's just see how brutal you are.
Pretty brutal, dude. That is a 30. That's a dirty 30.
Dirty 30.
Dirty 30. Even here in the shadow plane.
Even here in the
It's even
shadow
dirtier.
It's
plane.
even dirtier
Yeah,
here.
exactly. I think in the shadow plane, though, it'd necessarily be dirtier 30s.
So this opens into a large chamber that houses giant rings that run the length of this hall. Cables snake in and out of the shadows to these large rings. Everybody can roll a perception or an engineering, whichever you're best at.
Perception for me.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
It's going to be a 32 on perception, my guy.
Okay.
It's a 14.
It is.
Natural 2.
That's a dirty 30 on perception for Mordrin.
Say 31 for perception.
All right. So Gloombot, Mordrin, and Teneval all know that these rings probably once rotated to generate significant power at one point. Roll a separate engineering check.
Or perception?
Engineer.
I'm glad that we all
it's
spec
good
so
roll.
hard into engineering
I know.
with these characters.
I got a 10 in engineering. With my plus
I got
2.
a 23.
23. All right. DC was 20 there. You were able to see that this was used to test drift engines, which stands out to you because in the shadow plane, drift engines do not work. You don't use shadow planes, or you don't use drift engines in the shadow plane. So you can then assess that this lab did not originate in the shadow plane, that it has been brought here, which is got to be a little unnerving, but I think for Mordrin, maybe a little bit
exciting.
Yeah, a little vindication of his work here. Yeah.
Twiddles his fingers, you know, and curls his mustache and turns to the party and says, "All right, so these obviously used to spin to generate energy that isn't even usable on this plane, but if we wanted to see what they do, what we could do, we could take Mr. Trelax and attach him like a donkey in a mill and spin it around with his great muscles.
You run your mouth, but your words make no sense.
And there's only one exit here other than the one you came through, and it's the southern exit that probably goes back to the main reception area.
Okay.
Gloombot is going to open that door and just look through and confirm that it goes to the main reception area.
Yeah, there's like a decontamination chamber in between the two. And that, that makes sense that there was one kind of between the reception area and the testing area. So that leaves only one unexplored door out of the reception area, and that is to the labs and the domicile portion of this facility.
Fantastic, we are going in circles.
What fun.
Alright, so is this door also going to require
these
some
are easy
brute force?
doors, right?
Okay.
So that opens up into a small hallway that goes to another door that you're able to open up fairly easily, and that opens up into what looks to be a meeting room, like a large conference room, but now it seems as if many boxes and files have just been stacked haphazardly in the corner of this room. Eclipse Innovations logo can be seen on all of the boxes.
This dreadful corporation.
And then there's like a pair of double doors, swinging double door, or not swinging, like glass double doors that open into what looks like a galley, which would be the next room over. And so that just seems to be kind of the central dining area for the inhabitants that are here. There is a hallway that's up to the north, and like it's framed by what looks like a checkpoint. And you can assess that it was probably like a security checkpoint that, that goes to the labs. And you can see 2 patrol class security robots standing there, lifeless and blank, each guarding one side of the hall. The door to the right, or to the east, you see living quarters marked across the top of there.
Okay, so wait, did you say there's no other exit story about the hallway?
There's the northern hallway, and then
There's the
western,
eastern.
the eastern door to the living quarters.
Let's check the eastern door. Trelax will approach that one.
A modest bunk room continues to speak to the efficiency and simplicity of the living conditions at this lab. There are no foot lockers at the base and no personalized trinkets at any of the bunks, except for one. You see a small cactus on a tiny table next to one of the bunks.
Curious, but useless. Let us go.
Trelax is uninterested and will just head back out.
I don't know why he would, but I think Gloombot's going to pocket the cactus. Probably because it's not prickly to him, and he likes
because it's
it.
metal. Yeah.
All right, so you can add a small potted cactus to your inventory.
Sorry.
Trelax, you're leading this charge, it seems, and
yeah, he's kind of impatient. He's kind of in a bad mood because
of the ship.
He's more thinking like, how the fuck are we gonna get out of here?
So this security hall, as I said, you could tell that there was once like some checkpoints that you had to pass through here to make through, but these patrol class security robots are just standing there lifeless, and they don't bother you as you walk right past them. And that goes into a large common room, and it looks like this was the central relaxation and entertainment suite for those that lived at this lab. You see a few couches about and a holovid screen on the western wall. A double door and another single door exits to the east, both marked laboratories. There is a small bathroom off the hall to the west, And the first door you saw on your left when you walked through here is marked with Chief Researcher. So you have 2 labs on the right, then the Chief Researcher's office on the left.
I mean, chief researcher, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
chief researcher for sure.
Yeah, just do that real quick and then go to the labs.
All right, so
check it.
that's this room down here that I'm pinging. So you're able to open that door fairly easy, and you see a neatly organized office. And again, it is a display of simpleness, of simplicity and efficiency. The android that's sitting at the desk is in a sharp suit, though it is now covered in dust. It sits as still as a statue at their desk, eyes forever studying a now powerless datapad, never processing what they see. A small plaque on the desk reads, Research Android Detector 48, with RAD 48 in quotations. So yeah, there is a datapad here, but other than that, there's not much else.
I'll pick the data pad up. Trilex
yeah.
checks it out. Yeah.
So you
Is there any
if you-
power to it? I mean,
No,
does it have-
but you could hook it up to a battery if anybody has one.
Hook it up to me.
Yeah, you could do that. It'll take a little computer's check.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, see, I don't have computers, so one of you guys is going to have to do it to me.
I don't have computers.
I can try.
Okay.
Oh, okay. 17 on the die.
All right. So yeah, that's enough.
Okay.
To you kind of hook it up, plug into Gloombot's one of his inputs, and it powers up, and you see that there's a password protected home screen. So this would require another computer's check.
Okay. Oh, no. That's going to be a 7 total.
What does
Yeah,
it
that's
say?
you're not able to bypass the password protection, but you can keep the data
Yeah.
pad maybe for later use. Maybe take it back to
Uncle Mal.
Uncle Mally.
Uncle Mal.
No.
No, agreed.
So that leaves the labs really at this point.
Let's check the nearest lab.
Yep. Right across the...
Obviously, the most enticing.
Yeah,
option
Gloombot
here.
walks across the hall and just slams the door open and steps inside, scans the room.
Yeah, boom, slams it open, and you see that this laboratory houses very high-tech and costly equipment. You can see a drift engine suspended from the ceiling in the middle of this room. There are several android technicians scattered about the room, all frozen and covered in dust, lifeless eyes forever staring at their work. And there is a pocket of shadow energy here. So if you want to try another mysticism check to hoover that right up.
Can we...
Yes.
Can I aid him?
Let's aid.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody aid me,
Oh, yeah.
Mordrins.
Auto.
Yeah. That's going to be an 8 as well for Trelax.
Get that survival aid there, D. Do you aid, Josh?
I don't have mysticism, so no.
No,
Survival is
survival.
gonna aid.
Oh, survival. You said mysticism.
I know, but this is the same thing. as
9.
the last one.
So no, I do not aid.
No aid, no aid. So that's 2 aids. That's +4, Heath, from Mordrin.
Okay. 39.
Got it. Another bit of shadow energy sucked up. Okay, so that leaves the final lab. And, you guys can move around there, right?
Tina, is almost running to that because she's starting to get really anxious. Like, we haven't found what we're looking for
Anything,
yet.
really.
Yeah.
Why are you
I
running?
mean, except all this dope fuel that was our part of our
that's-
mission.
That's secondary. That's not her mission.
Why are you
Can
running?
Can I?
Shadow stuff is not going anywhere.
Come along, boys. Let's get this over with.
You did not answer my question.
She would just nod at Trelix to kick the door open. Open it.
He kicks the door open.
Boom. Kick the door open.
Can I detect magic before we leave the first lab?
Sure. There is no magic in the first lab.
Nice.
I just want to detect magic in both of the labs, you know?
Yeah, so you open the door to this other lab, and this is like the general labs, it seems. This room is divided into a few smaller cubicles, each housing smaller workspaces. Yet, where all of the other spaces you have explored in this area have been lifeless, scenes frozen in time as if all power were lost in an instant, you hear a small hum in the northwest corner of this room and can see a faint, dark purple glow emanating from the same workspace.
Trelax gets in sort of a ready position because he's got a weird feeling about this. This is unusual. Something going on in here.
I mean, can I detect magic on the purple
You
glow?
certainly can. And you do detect significant amounts of magic emanating from the corner of this room.
Mordrin, is this it? Is this it?
I can't be sure, but it very well may be.
More shadow stuff.
No, but out of the shadows, an android steps into your view with red eyes, white skin, and says to you,
Who are you? Why are you here?
Who are you and why are you here?
Gloombot ponders on the question for a moment.
Oh, God.
Does not compute. Why are you
Answer.
State your
here?
designation. No, okay.
Talk now, android, before I strangle you.
Tina would hold up her hand and step forward towards the android. She would say, I am Tinafol Edar. I'm here to find you, I think. What is your name, friend?
Well, you've come a long way. You see, this is my lab. Now, why were you looking for me?
I wasn't.
She would just look over her shoulder and just glare daggers at Gloombot.
Gloombot
And
glooms
then-
at you.
She would turn back and she would kind of shake her head a little bit and sit and look at Mordrin. And say, I don't exactly know why we are looking for you, but I know that you are important. We have to learn something from you. You are important. What is your name, friend? And she would just kind of step forward and she's just shaking.
Careful, Tina.
My name is Xenophanes 6. And if you made your way here, that implies that you have a ship.
Funny thing about that.
roll a perception check, everybody. Except for Tina and
Aw.
Zeno, because you guys are in convo.
29.
21.
$33.
Okay. Mordrin, you are certainly overcome with excitement because this, whatever it is, you know that this is it. But it's not just this android. You know that there's something, whatever magic you're detecting, that item is crucial to whatever it is that you need to do. This is the item that's glowing purple you need. But you hear something from within the lab moving.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, not from within the lab, but from the facility, back where you came.
Right. And I turn to Xenophanes 6 and say, this girl is... There's something special going on with her. She's having dreams. I'm a prophet. I interpret dreams. and her dreams have led us here to you. But let's put a pin in this because I can hear something from back in the facility.
What?
Trelax will look over his shoulder and peep back out, sort of into the previous room. On alert.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing in this room.
Hearing talk of dreams, Gloombot's going to walk up. Xenophanes 6. Do you dream of electric sheep? Because I do not.
Electric sheep? No. But I do dream. I couldn't have dreamt of this encounter, however.
You hear faintly, everybody hears this. Come out wherever you are. I can sense great sadness and emotion. I have something to show you. Come out, come play.
Oh, I will play with you.
And Trelax just starts marching down the hall by himself, like Kusarigama in hand. He just wants to fuck something up and just release some of his frustration.
Gloombot turns heel and goes immediately out the door and starts to follow him.
Yeah.
Mordrin turns to Xenophanes. He says, "You said this was your lab, correct?"
Yes.
What the fuck is that?
You mean you couldn't have foreseen it, Prophet?
We'll dream prophets. We really kind of work on vagaries. We'll get into it later.
That's like your line. I love it.
So yeah, you guys maybe get in marching order, right?
Whoever it is, they are not welcome.
And it just pulses magic into his arm and just crackling with energy.
Yeah, and Mordrin pulls out his plasma fork. It's a 15-notch plasma fork. It's like a big fuck, two-pronged gun. Yeah.
So you guys make your way through the security checkpoint and back into the galley, and you still don't see anything, but you just hear this sing-songy voice taunting you. And, you peek into the living quarters, and there's nothing there, and you make your way into the meeting room, and nothing there. As you march into the main reception area, Trelax, you're the first to see that there is this pale white creature with long pointy ears that stick out at the side, and he has white glassy eyes, and he has big blackish purple lips, and his teeth are fanged, and he's wearing a black robes with a high black collar, and next to him is a small hover drone that has a little output display. It's like an 8-bit face with a frowny face on it.
That's adorable.
Hovering next to him, and in his left hand is the head of Unky Mally. And we'll see you in a few minutes.
What? Fuck? I still hate the name.
I hope he speaks Starship first.